Hey guys, we got another Punisher trailer here. Let's jump into the reaction of it. So just to let you know, I've already watched it once this morning. I watched it actually during my lunch break and stuff at work. But I figured I'd do a reaction with you guys, maybe just like more of a commentary than kind of a reaction. So let's jump into it again and check this out. So really excited for this Punisher trailer. I know it does come out November 17th. Just like Justice League. Ooh. I can't wait for the very military crime drama part of the show and stuff. Pretty interesting. This shows a lot of the story in this trailer, but how convoluted it is. I mean, ooh, I love the guys with the scars and stuff. Ooh, I just hope that the villains and stuff are kind of comic book and stuff versions ish. Like, ooh, love it. Oh. Yes. Yes. Yeah, I love this trailer. November 17th. Yeah. Wow, I'm so excited for that. So that looks really good. It's really interesting the different things going on here with Karen Page. This trailer shows us a lot more and stuff. But it doesn't show us too much about what's going on exactly. I mean, it doesn't show us too much of Karen Page. It does show us quite a bit and stuff. I mean, it gives us a teaser of the story and stuff. But what's good about these Netflix shows and all that stuff, these TV shows, there's not really much it can spoil. I mean, it could spoil. Obviously, they could make a mistake and put something wrong in there, kind of like Batman v Superman putting in Doomsday, but we've never had that problem with Marvel or TV things like that. But with these TV shows, there's the 13 episodes, so there's so much you can make a trailer out of. So much there's so much there to make a trailer out of. It's easy to not have to use the big moments and stuff. There's so much out there instead of limited to a 2-hour movie and stuff. So I think it's a lot more easier for them on that regard. So it's going to be really cool to see that. And I like that we didn't see much of Karen Page, which gives me to think, is she not in this so much, or is she in the more pivotal parts of the show? Is she only in the parts that are where he needs to talk to someone, he needs to talk about his morals and things like that? Maybe she's only in those parts, and there really is not much really they could see. They only see each other here and there when she's discovering. Do we get to how much of her do we see? Do we only see her when she interacts with him, or do we see her without interacting with him type thing? Like we did in Daredevil and stuff. So I don't know. It's gonna be cool to see how much we get of her. But the shots there of her on the ground and stuff, maybe she gets injured and stuff, but I don't think there's no way she dies in this show. There's no way she dies without doing the classic comic book versions, classic comic book storylines that she has. She has such dark history and stuff in the comic book, such dark stories in the comics, and just perfect thrilling stories and so many stories you can use that they wouldn't kill her off before using all those stuff. They would be like, it'd be like killing off, well, I guess it'd be like killing off, it's just so many good stories to use with her without doing them and stuff. So I think it's going to be cool to see what happens with her in this. Like I've been saying in all my parts of her stuff with how she goes through, she thinks Matt's dead, so throughout this whole thing is she going to tell him that the Daredevil's dead and all that stuff? Is Punisher going to find out the Daredevil's dead, and what does he think of that? That'll be cool to see that story of that. And at the end of this, does she get the end of this Punisher thing, maybe she finds out that he's alive somehow, type of thing, or she gets a feeling that he's alive, or maybe she goes through this whole thing feeling that I think Matt's alive, and he's like, no, you said he crumbled under all that debris, there's no way he's alive, type of thing. I don't know, it could be cool to see with that, how that goes. Or because she thinks he's dead, does she want a relationship with Punisher, but he doesn't want a relationship? Because I don't see him and Karen hooking up. I mean, I see her wanting it, but I see maybe because she's so broken from Matt dying, and she's the next person out there who understands her and type thing. Whereas Foggy's always been that more of a, I don't see Foggy as being the one there, and Foggy's really busy right now as a lawyer for Hogarth and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be cool to see how much we see stuff in here, and do we get to see Foggy in this? I doubt it or something. Maybe we might see Hogarth, or someone who works at Hogarth or stuff like that. Maybe one of the other people and stuff. If he goes back into goes to court or something like that. But I think we've already seen that in Daredevil, so we're not going to be revisiting that anytime soon, unless Punisher is attacking someone who's in the middle of trial and stuff like that. Maybe not actually in court shooting up, but someone he could break into prison to kill someone, and then type thing, or during the transport of a criminal from prison to jail to the court, he could be shooting one, and that could be a lawyer in there, that could be someone or something like that. So I don't know, it's gonna be so cool to see all this stuff. I definitely like the military stories it looks like it's gonna be playing with. That'll be fun to see that, and hopefully they can use that as a perfect opportunity to set up or mention Easter egg drop Moon Knight, since he was also a military person in the comics, so it would be perfect just to have someone where you don't get his names throughout the whole episode, throughout the whole series to the last episode or before last episode. You get a one name drop, and then boom, that's it. His name, then he drop his name, and that's it. So, which reminds me, I got to figure out what his name would have been in the military, and maybe look up some Moon Knight stuff before this comes out to really be able to spot anything. Because I don't think I've read a single Moon Knight comic book or anything like that. But I just will definitely want to look up things and stuff just to be able to make sure that when during the military scenes that I can try and spot some of the Moon Knight stuff references. Hopefully they will, because it's a perfect opportunity to set that up, to be able to set up another character to eventually add to the Marvel Netflix stuff. But also with the whole Disney making their own Netflix thing, stuff like that, they might not wanting to add a whole new character and stuff like that, if everything could just be cut and stuff like that, and maybe Punisher only gets one season and that's it. We'll have to wait and see where things go with that. But if I'm not mistaken, Defenders was one of the most binge watched shows in the top 20 most binge watched shows on Netflix. So I think that means that everything should be here to stay. But if Disney just wants to make wants it on their own service, we'll see how that if this continues on or not. But we'll see. So what do you think, guys, about this Punisher trailer in the comments below? What do you think is going to happen in it? What are you excited for? What do you think about all this stuff? And what are you most excited for? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.